Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film, The Secret World of Arrietty. This is the new film from Studio Ghibli. It is not directed by Hayao Miyazaki, the director who you most expect to direct a Studio Ghibli film. He did not direct this one. He's actually the youngest director ever to direct a Studio Ghibli film, Hiromasa Yonibayashi. I think that's how you say his name. He's the director of this film. And it's his first film he's ever directed, although he's been a key animator on Princess Mononoke and Ponyo and countless other films. Hayao Miyazaki and Aizo Takahata have been considering developing this film for about 40 years. They always wanted to make a film based on The Borrowers. This is about a girl named Arrietty, and she is going on her first borrowing session with her father. She lives with her father and her mother underneath this house in the Japanese country. And they live there, and as her first borrowing session has happened, a young boy has moved in. He's living there just to get better while he's having a heart problem, and his mom and his father are just too busy to really take care of him. And while he's waiting to get better for surgery, he discovers Arrietty in the forest one day. He thinks he sees her, and then he definitely sees her one day while he's sleeping, while she's trying to borrow some tissues. For a first-time director like this to take on a project, The Borrowers is pretty beloved. Unfortunately, I don't really know it very well. I think he does a very good job as a first-time director. It's really kind of traditional in the way it's told. Everything was a little predictable, but in that kind of traditional, more of a older Hollywood sense, that even though it was predictable, the way it's told and everything, you get past it, I guess, because I was so wrapped up in this world. This film is very much a kid's film, but it's a very well told, patient, and traditional kids film, almost contemplative. I always like how Studio Ghibli films really view nature. It always reminds me, and this, I don't know if this is really there or anything, but it reminds me how someone like Tarkovsky with Solaris or something would view nature. I liked how they really made the real world of the borrowers come alive. When she goes on her first borrowing expedition, it does feel really scary. It's very silent, almost like the bank heist in Rafifi or something. It's very patient in the way that you kind of get lost in it, and sometimes you feel under this confidence that nothing's going to go wrong on the borrowing session. And when something does, it's really surprising, even though if you really think about it, yeah, probably something was going to go bad in terms of story. That makes sense. The score, which was done by Cecile Corbel, who is a French singer, and she made a lot of the music for this film. I think it was really well composed. It is amazing to see a Studio Ghibli film with a lot of kids, because you'll notice there'll be really quiet scenes and nobody's talking, and I don't get that from a DreamWorks or even a lot of Pixar, unfortunately. Maybe this isn't as good as Kiki's Delivery Service or My Neighbor Totoro or any of those films, but I still really like it. And I think if this is a first-time director's first film, I'm very excited to see what else he can do. And I thought this is really strong. I did not see it with the English dub. I saw the original Japanese dub, because I've lip synced a lot of cartoons, and it actually bothers me when I see the wrong dialogue there, because I don't know, it's not what their lips are doing. In America, they have one voice cast, and in the UK, they have a different one, which I just think is completely bizarre, like why you would do that. Like, I think we both speak English. I don't see what the big difference would be. I'm kind of curious to see the English cast version a little bit, but I don't know if I can. Maybe the DVD will have all of them. It should, because why spend all that money on that? That just seems like such a waste. But if you're not going to put it on the DVD, but of course I'll just watch the Japanese dub anyway. That's how I look at all of his English dubs. It's like, well, if I have to see it in the theater, that way. But if I get another way of seeing it with the original Japanese dialogue, I always take it. I just like it so much more, and feels so much more authentic to me. This is very digestible for an American audience. It's very easy and accessible. I highly recommend this film. I think it's one of the better films I've seen this year, and regardless of what the rest of the year is going to be like, I'm pretty sure at the end of the year, when we're talking about the best animated films, this is going to be one of them. So if you have seen The Secret World of Arrietty and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments, and subscribe if you would like to. I don't know why they're called borrowers, because they're not really returning anything, but whatever.